So projectors are now in the game, which is great, very interesting. People have been using them already to make decoys, and one way that I thought of doing decoys is a little bit different from the rest. It's actually, in addition to making a couple extra decoys, like around myself, to actually place a decoy of a ship on top of the original ship, with the original ship being actually a different type of ship than what's being projected. That way you get the silhouette and the graphical effect of a regular decoy, so it's not quite so conspicuous. Because otherwise I think the decoys are really, really easy to spot. But if they all look like decoys, then it might keep your enemies guessing a little bit more. So anyway, that's what I've been trying lately. I think maybe, if other people are interested in doing the same thing, it's a pretty cheap setup to do, especially if you've got a larger ship that you've got blueprints on that you can put around. It can actually also be used to mask the purposes of your ship. Um, Another use that I found, though, for decoys, and I'm not sure if this is viable in a survival scenario, but if you can get or make a blueprint of an enemy ship, and I don't know if this is possible, like if you do a flyby, if you can even interact with the ship in that way. Um, but it would be really, really cool if you could. If you could somehow make a blueprint of an enemy ship, that way you could like take the blueprint, bring it back to your base, and you could kind of look at their ship in safety, and you can kind of exploit their weaknesses. You can look around and find where they're vulnerable, get an idea for the layout of the ship before you go in. That way you can kind of create a plan of attack before you actually go and assault the ship. And I think that could be a lot of fun. Trying to decide, where are we going to puncture the hull to get in, or where are we going to fire our rockets to cause the most damage to their weapon systems. What sort of things that can we do to the ship to either obliterate it or disable it so we can capture it with inflicting the least amount of damage to the actual ship. Anyway, if you already can, it'd be awesome to use it in that way. And if you can't take blueprints of enemy ships, I think that'd be something that'd be fun to add. And even have them as an item so you could like steal them from each other and things like that. You could have spies and I don't know. Another thing I wanted to mention real quick was basically an easy countermeasure to these decoys is to just surround yourself with or put a shield around your ship with another projector. Basically, because of the way it's rendered in game, the decoys will not show up behind a decoy of your own. So if you just put a screen in front of your window, or have a field somewhere, then those decoys just aren't going to show up, and so that sort of makes them easily circumvented.